The hearings had started, and John Dean was soon to testify. I mean, shortly after we were formed, he testified, and his testimony really created the first roadmap of what had happened. And then he began working with us, cooperating with us, and that was really the start, I would say, of our case. The big break, of course, obviously came when Butterfield testified that there was a taping system. We in the office had, well, first of all, by that point we had no windows because the Washington Post was actually using high-powered cameras to look inside. And we also stopped, we used to send our trash out in clear plastic bags. And guess who was picking it up? The Washington Post. But we had TVs going all the time, listening to what was happening sort of while we were working. And the minute we heard Butterfield, we said, okay, let's pick the most significant dates that John Dean has identified that he was in the Oval Office talking about Watergate. We didn't want to make a broad subpoena that would be rejected. We wanted to say, we know that this was discussed, a crime was discussed in the Oval Office, let us hear the tapes of it. And of course that was what led to the tapes hearing, to the Supreme Court decision, and ultimately to the downfall of Richard Nixon.
I was deputy counsel on President Nixon's Watergate defense team, and I was there throughout the scandal and its unfolding. I transcribed the White House tapes. I ran the document rooms holding the seized files of the Watergate defendants, and I staffed Nixon's counselors on Watergate issues. As you all know, it ended rather badly. President Nixon resigning in disgrace and 24 members of his administration going to jail. I've pondered ever since what exactly went wrong in our response to that burgeoning scandal, without really coming up with any answers. That is, until I learned some time ago that the Watergate prosecutors' files, at least those that survived, are maintained at our National Archives. The prosecutors were, after all, technically government employees. I've spent a lot of my time ever since reviewing those files, and that's a bit about what I'm going to talk to you tonight. But it's been 50 years since the scandal, and the backstory is rather complex, so we're going to approach this in two ways. I'm going to give you my own 1-minute summary, and then I'm going to expand a little bit on that. Nixon was defeated, but it turns out the prosecutors cheated. They also left a paper trail, and that's what I've been spending the past few years uncovering.